Welcome to part 37. So let's move on. So we are here. We're showing an image. So we are about to connect this part to this one, and we need to create this little gap here. So it's a little bit smaller than the first one we did. So let's take care about that. Go to Edge Mode, double click here on that complete border edge loop, and then go to the top view, and then Control deselect all the way to the front or back. Let's check out if that worked out. It did. So let's do an extrusion. Hit Control E and then W, and then we could also go to the top view. Maybe we look from the quad view, so we could and then here down in the from the side, I'm gonna compare the the size of the gap. So this one is comes close to the real object, so we could later adjust it a little bit, but I'm going with a small gap like it is here. Okay. So let's just. So I'm thinking here. So if I do an extrusion up, that's what I have to do, but not a big deal. Okay, again, let's double click here on that complete border edge, and then again deselect all the front edges, and of course Control deselect all of those. Let's go over to the other side and Control to deselect all of those, so that we only have that upper front or back edge selected, and then hit Control E, W, move it up in Y first, and then we snap it to the upper level here, the Y level. So V, middle mouse over this vertex. And then, before we insert edge loops, we have to adjust at the corners. I select one of those vertices here, hit F on the keyboard so that the camera frames in on that. So let's start with this one here. Move it here in X, and then V-snap it here. Do the same with this guy. Move it a bit more, and then V-snap here. And the last one. Okay, so we have those vertices in place. Gotta do it on the corresponding side. So I select, just a bunch of vertices there, hit F on the keyboard to frame in. And let's start with that one. Middle mouse, snap it to the vertex there. This one. And the last one. Alright. So that is looking good so far. Before we connect the geometry, let's insert the two splits here. W, move it in Y, and then V, snap it here. Hit G on the keyboard to repeat the last tool. Again, W, move it in Y, just a tiny bit, and then V, snap it over this vertex here so that we have the same splits at both sides. Alright. Let me hit Q on the keyboard. So now I think we are ready to use this edge here. So double click on the border edge loop of the part of the geometry and then Control deselect all those edges and then check that out. So that worked out fine. So let's do an extrusion. Hit Control E, W, move it here in Z, and then of course V-snap it here. So now we are, don't know if I want to connect it now. Okay, so why not just thinking of, what way is the quicker way to finish this part up. I think in the end it doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's let's go to object mode, select both objects. Just quick check. Okay, so here I see that I missed an edge here, so it's always good to check it before you try to merge something and you screw it up. Alright, so let's go in here, split select that edge ring, put that here. I don't want to scale it flat, so let me hit W and then let's move the pivot D, V together and move the pivot here of that selection. So and then move it here and V-snap it right there. Middle mouse V-snap. Okay. Well, it doesn't look pretty, but in the end it won't have an effect on the geometry that that the two splits are close together. It shouldn't make any difference when we smooth it or subdivide it. So as far as I see it from here, we are ready to merge. Check it out here. Okay, so let's give it a try. So select both objects. Of course, combine. Switch it here to modeling. And then let me go to the side view. And then vertex. So it should only be that upper row here of vertices that we have to merge. So I want to make sure that in this case, because of the vertices are at some places are very close together, so I want to select extra vertices and tweak the threshold later on. So that's, I'm so excited if that works. So let me hit merge. Q, object mode. So here I see some issue. I see border edge here. That's because those aren't lined up. But that fixed so it's lined up here in the center. Maybe it's hard to see for you guys. And then say merge. Right. So yeah, finally. Yeah, I'm just checking if that worked out now, but it looks like it did. Go to the top view and just, even if it's not important, but I just want to move it a little bit. There. All right. So I think again I'm gonna pause this video and hopefully we get further in the next one.